Have you ever felt the pain of injuries that won't heal? Or maybe treatments that promise hope but come with side effects and only give partial relief, leaving you exhausted? Well, now imagine a natural approach that ignites your body's healing power, faster recovery, less inflammation, and a younger, more vibrant you. Introducing the Glow Combo, a powerful infusion of 3 peptides, BPC-157, TB500, and GHK-CU. Together, they create a healing glow inside and out. BPC-157 repairs your brain, heart, joints, and muscles. TB500 speeds up cellular repair and growth, and GHK-CU regenerates your skin and hair and shields over 500 different genes. This isn't just about peptides. It's about joining a movement to learn, connect, and bridge the gap to revolutionary health breakthroughs. Join me as we take a deep dive into the Glow Combo, and together we'll turn frustration into mastery and curiosity into breakthrough results. So before I begin, I must start off with a disclaimer that I'm not a licensed professional or a medical doctor, that all the information in this video is for purely entertainment and educational reasons. For any health concerns you may have, please seek out a licensed professional. By watching this video, you agree to the terms, and let's get straight into this video. So what is this peptide combo? Well, it's often called the Glow Combo, and it's become very popular in the peptide field as we're seeing many labs creating this combo together in one vial, which is very exciting, and I'm a big supporter of that. We have BPC-157, which stands for Body Protective Compound, and this is found in your stomach lining and helps protect the heart, your joints, ligaments, the brain, the stomach. Then we have TB500, which is actually related to a hormone that comes from your thymus gland, but this plays a major role helping support the immune system and as well helps activate actin, which is all across different cells throughout the body. And then we have GHK-CU, which is a natural occurring copper peptide, and this peptide has many regenerating properties. And for a long time, most people just thought about GHK-CU as just something to apply topical and for cosmetics, but actually it modulates over 500 different genes. So together, these peptides have a very strong synergistic effect, as you can see why it's often called the Glow Combo, because it really offers a glowing healing benefit. So how do these peptides work? Well, starting off with BPC-157, and the BPC-157 activates the body's repair processes, helping repair joints, ligaments, additionally the stomach and the brain, because it does work on the brain and gut axis. As well, BPC-157 helps create new blood vessels, and additionally it helps modulate different neurotransmitters in the brain, again because it works on the brain and gut axis. TB500 binds to actin, which is in almost every single cell, and actin is essential for the movement of cells, and by increasing movement, it'll help with repair and regeneration, especially when it comes to the immune system, because TB500 helps support the immune system, so it helps support the movement of the immune system, helping move in cells to different parts of damaged cells or effective cells. It's especially useful for damage in muscle cells, for damage in the heart, and as well for helping protect the brain. Which, side note, oftentimes TB500 and BPC-157 are paired together for any kind of brain damage. And next we have GHK-CU, which helps attract cells to injured sites and helps boost stem cell production and collagen production, which is why it's so commonly used in cosmetics. But it does more than just that. It also helps form new blood vessels and it helps protect against oxidative damage, and it helps modulate over 500 different genes. We are still unsure of the full effect of GHK-CU, but together all these peptides offer such a powerful healing combination, which is why so many new peptide researchers and labs are combining them together, because they heal the body in multiple different aspects and they work so well together. Now let's go into the research benefits of these peptides. Each one has a powerful healing benefit, but together they're even more powerful. So how I like to think about it is that overall these peptides will help the body heal faster, reduce inflammation, increase cell communication, and overall activate the regeneration properties of the body. But it really focuses on what the body needs. So for example, if I needed it in my stomach or I needed it in a joint or muscle, it will target that, because that's actually how the body uses cell signaling, is that when something's happening in the body, your body is signaling, I need help, and we'll go to that. So for example, if I had a muscle injury, I would get more benefit for muscle. If I had a brain injury, I would get more benefit of the anti-inflammatory healing cell communication for my brain. So it really depends on where the body needs the healing, but overall these peptides help with so much when it comes to healing. I hope I explained that well. If any questions, please comment down below, but pretty much It's anti-inflammatory, it supports healing, subcommunication, all that, depending on where the body needs it. Now let's go into the cautions and counterindications, or you can say side effects of this peptide combination. From my research and experience, I've seen water retention, I've seen headache, I've seen nausea, and when it comes to GHK-Cu, I've seen burning upon injecting. For whatever reason, many individuals experience a burning sensation. For me, I've never felt that, but I know other individuals, for some reason, get a burning sensation from the copper peptide. When it comes to counterindications, from my research, I've seen active flare-ups or active infections. You might be thinking, shouldn't we be using these peptides when there's an active infection and flare-up? And it's hard to know, will that support the infection or make it better? We're still unsure of, but we do know is that once there's no active infection like a flare-up, it's very powerful for healing post-damage. During the flare-up, during an acute infection, we're still unsure about that. Now let's go into the research, cycling, and dosing. When it comes to dosing, for BPC 157, I've seen anywhere from 300 to 800 micrograms per dose. For TB 500, I've seen anywhere from 300 micrograms to 1,000 micrograms, and even up to 2 milligrams or 2,000 micrograms for severe injuries. For GHK-Cu, I've seen anywhere from 500 micrograms to 3,000 micrograms or 3 milligrams. Additionally, I've seen taking these doses and to split them up into two and to inject around the area. So for example, you'd be getting 2 doses a day. And when it comes to cycling, I've seen daily for 30 days and can be extended up to 60 or 120 days. It really largely depends on the individual response and the goal. The goal with these peptides is to heal the body. And once you have that, there is no need to continue. But if for whatever reason, after 30 days, there's still not much done or you still need more, then you may need to continue the cycle. And personally, I would not run these more than 120 days. I would take at least a 1 month break off and then continue. So a quick recap. Dosing, BPC 157, 300 to 800 micrograms per dose. TB 500, 300 to 1,000 micrograms, sometimes up to 2,000 micrograms per dose for extreme cases. GHK-Cu 500 to 3,000 micrograms per dose. These doses can be split up into 2 doses per day to inject around the area for a more potent effect. And cycling is daily for 30 days and can be extended up to 120 days depending on the goal. And when it comes to an off cycle, at least 30 days before resuming. Now let's go with some other peptides I would stack with this. First would be KPV. It's an all-around, another amazing healing peptide. Next would be ARA290, especially if I want to focus on nerve pain or diabetic problems, as this peptide helps a lot with that. Next would be some kind of growth hormone combination, so such as Modular F129 with ipamorelin, or maybe testosterone with ipamorelin, as growth hormone is a hormone of vitality and can offer many healing benefits. Next would be cerebrolysin, Selenk, or CMAX. Really depends if the main goal was brain health or brain recovery. These peptides are amazing neuropeptides. Next would be thymosin alpha-1 or LL37. Those are amazing immune peptides. So again, the main goal is more immunity based. I would focus more on those peptides like thymosin alpha-1 and LL37. Now let's go into supplements I would take with this combination. First would be some kind of collagen protein or bone broth protein, as I think this is the most functional protein, as it's the most gentle and most useful for the body. Next would be some kind of creatine. I'm a big fan of creatine. It has numerous benefits when building muscle, helping with the brain. Next would be some kind of natural test booster. I'm just a big fan of those herbs as they can greatly support a man in multiple ways. Next would be NAD and glutathione. I'm a big fan of those supplements, and overall they can support the body in multiple ways no matter what the goal is. Now let's go into the lifestyle tools I would add. And as you may notice from my other videos, these tend to be pretty similar. I try to change them, but a lot of these lifestyle tools are just amazing things to do no matter what. First would be an animal-based diet focusing on raw foods such as raw milk, raw cheese, raw fruit, maybe some raw meat if you can handle it, but big fan of that. With fasting can be very, very healing. Next would be exercise, especially corrective training. That's all I do. I think it's an amazing way to help heal the body and to build muscle. Next would be hot and cold therapy and different applications such as an infrared sauna to an ice bath, and does not need to be extreme changes. Even just a small change in temperature contrast can be very powerful. Next would be some kind of body work. I'm a big fan of body work, from lymphatic massages to acupuncture to chiropractic. Those are so underrated, can offer such a big benefit when it comes to healing and supporting the body. And last would be oxygen therapy, so such as HBOT, which is actually my preferred version, or training with oxygen. Oxygen therapy can be very powerful and healing. So what are the pros of this peptide combo? The Glow combo, the first pro is that it's easier to find these all in one bottle, making it a lot easier to use than using separate peptides. The second pro is that all these peptides are well used, well researched, and have a lot of benefit with a low side effect profile. So what are the major cons of the Glow combo? The first is that it can cause a burning sensation upon injecting with the copper peptide. And for some, it's so bad that they can't use it. So it really depends on the individual and what happens. For me, I don't experience that, but for others, they just can't, it's too much. Next con is that it can be expensive because it is 3 peptides, and additionally, with all these peptides, you need a little bit higher of a dose, and as well, all these peptides are the more popular peptides, so they tend to be a little bit more expensive. So what's my overall opinion of the Glow combo? I think it's amazing. I've used it. I like it a lot, and it's just very exciting that we are entering the peptide field and we're seeing more and more peptides being combined together into one combo. And I think that is really the future of peptides, is that instead of having 5 different vials, we'll have one peptide that has 5 or 6 peptides, because peptides work in synergy. So it's very cool to see how the field's evolving. And overall, I love the peptide. There are many more combinations I have in mind that I want to try. But if money was not an option and I did not mind the burning sensation with the copper peptide, it would be my #1 combination as of now to use for healing. It's just all around some great peptides together.